and welcome to another Mythology Monday with me, your host, Alice. Now, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I typically spend Mythology Mondays talking about the different mythologies you run into in my book series, The Head, the Heart, and the Air. So these are mythologies I use in The Spare Who Became the Heir, which is the prequel, The Head, the Heart, and the Air, book 1, and that have also cropped up now in Broken Suns, which is in book 2. I also delve into mythologies that are going to be coming up in later books, talk about monsters, all that kind of stuff. Well, I've hit the end of what I typically go through in a cycle for my mythology, but rather than just looping right back to the beginning and starting it all over again with new information and new research, I decided, you'll love this, I bought like 9 mythology books on other mythologies, and I've been reading them, and I'm getting ideas for other books and other kind of things I want to sneak in to my story from different myths and tales besides the ones I typically read. And so I've decided for the next couple months, I'm going to take you through a journey of mythologies of the world, and I'm going to tell you about my favorite ones that I have run into. You can see this is just the first book. This is something called Mythopedia. It's an encyclopedia of magical beasts and other magical tales. This has a lot of animals in it, and this is the first one I started with. So I'll do them in order from particular books and show you the different books, but this one is a beautiful illustrated copy, and I'm going to reference it a lot in my next several mythology posts. Now, these are from all over the world. You can see by the map that I'm finding. Here we go. It has tales from all the different continents, which is a lot of fun because typically I focus on a lot of European as well as Greek mythology specifically because I love the monsters in there. So this one, there are some Greeks in there, but I will resist the urge to do Cerberus from this book because how many times have I already talked about Cerberus, and I'm going to have to talk about him again. So this week we are going to start with my favorite animal that I have discovered. Now this guy, let me just see what part of the world specifically he is from. He's also from Europe. Now I'm going to butcher this, so I apologize. This is the Ratatoskr. Now the Ratatoskr, as it says, the one-liner here, is a troublemaking, rumor-spreading red squirrel of the world tree. Now this is a fable from Norse mythology, and it's the northern Scandinavian part of the world, and the story goes, I'm not going to read it, don't worry, I'm going to summarize it for you. But the way that this legend goes, it's one of those world creation tales, where the entire world is held together by this magical giant ash tree. At the bottom, there is a dragon. It lives in the underworld and eats the dead. Very gruesome and typical. On the top is a giant eagle. This eagle, when he flaps his wings, create the wind that circles the globe and takes care of things in the earth. And there's no way for these two magical beasts to speak to one another because one is at the very top branch of the tree, the other one is under in the roots where it can eat the dead. So they have a go-between, and that go-between is our Ratatoskr, that little mischievous, gossip-spreading red squirrel. And so the ultimate meaning behind this legend is that our world can never be at peace because that red squirrel is making up crap and running up and down the tree telling the eagle and the dragon lies about what the other one is saying about them. So death keeps happening because the dragon is there eating them and he's getting angry at the eagle on the top. The eagle beats its wings every time it gets offended by what the dragon is saying about it, which creates storms and havoc in our world through the weather. And so this squirrel is just screwing with them both because number one, it's a trickster, so it, gossiping trickster does that kind of stuff, but also it doesn't like the eagle, and so it wants the dragon to get the eagle for it eventually. And so it's trying to build this up in order to just find a way to get rid of the eagle. And so the entire premise of this story is literally that our world cannot be at peace because of gossiping red squirrels. So now I can't stop thinking about Gossip Girl with squirrels, and I'm highly entertained about this guy. So yeah, those Scandinavian folklores, I'm in love with them because they rock. So that is this week's wonderful mythology of the world, and I am so excited to have you guys join me the next few months on Mythology Mondays, where you get to learn all sorts of weird and wacky mythologies that I think are hilarious, very educational, and just a whole lot of fun. So thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys next week, and happy reading. Bye.